Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are currently in a position where we have a lot of de jure claims here, and we can get more. Because we can go into our empire titles, and we can now create the Empire of Carpathia, which we're definitely going to do. We can also create the Baltic Empire here. We unfortunately can't get Russia just yet, but we'll get there eventually. That'll be absolutely fine. So we've got Berk up here that I would absolutely love to take. This is all we've got for de jure, and we don't really have all that much for claims. This struggle clash would be solidly mediocre. So we would like to get a claimant here, really. What do we got? 195? Okay, that's not great. 110? Okay, that's really not great. So we don't really have a way to get a claimant for Berk at this moment. Okay. For the time being, I think we'll move on from there. We do, at this point, have a de jure claim over all of this. So let's get that cleaned up so we no longer have to worry about it. And from there, well, let's just raise up our forces here for now. I'm thinking about maybe going after Finland next. We'll see what we actually want to go after there. But this will do for right now. This is 8,000. Okay. That is not much at all. I'm expecting these to be fake factions. Is that correct? Yeah, those are fake factions, for sure. 100%. So that all looks good. We will get our men-at-arms raised up here. And in we go. Phenomenal. So we're going to get that all taken care of. Where's a crossing? Here, here. Okay. Their army's up over this way for now. Let's just go take their capital and see what happens. It could theoretically end the war with captures, but it probably isn't, realistically. Yeah, that puts us at 48. Sure, and we have to go this route anyway. So we'll just hop up over here, and we'll siege down these couple of castles. We'll let them do what they're going to do up here. It's not a big deal. We're going to get a lot of war score out of this in general. So let's kick forward about 5 days here. We just had the Sword of God have a successor. Okay, hello, pause menu. So we need to come on in here and go to, what are you? Oh, you completed an inspiration. Okay, let's just check all of these. Adelhard, huh? Okay, so skill 20. That's pretty good, actually. So we're going to go down to skill 20 and Adelhard. Okay, so that'll be this guy right here. Do we need any other successors? No. Okay, so that all looks absolutely fine. Let's make our way on up. Perfect. This siege, of course, has finished. We're not shocked about that. That was fully expected that they would end up doing that. Okay, we just had a successor for the Silver Pilgrim. So we do need to do a successor here. We'll have to seek a worthy successor since we do not currently have one. That'll be fine. Let's continue to siege our way northward here. They're sieging quite slowly, so I'm thinking we head here and then we cross over and we kind of chase them down from here. We can siege this back and then grab them before they even get that siege completed, probably. So that seems okay. I don't really care about this mercenary force. It's quite irrelevant, to be honest. There we go. That actually solves it. We don't even have to fight these guys. Perfect. So we'll disband our troops there, and that is great. Why do we see that smoke so far out? Okay, now we don't. I guess that was a visual bug. Cool. So, of course, I would really like to get Berk under control here. Unfortunately, we do lack claims for it. So, what about Divinok over here? That would be a very good kingdom for us to actually take over. Struggle Clash, and we have a tiny amount of de jure lands. Do we have a claimant that we can bring in? He's the player heir. So, no, there's no claimant there at all. So that basically means Finland, and then maybe we kind of leave this area for now and expand down here instead. That is a theoretical option, but let's take over Finland for now. This is ours de jure, so this is completely fine to do. No problem whatsoever. We're going to raise up a few forces here, get Finland under control, and then we'll probably head down to the south a little bit since we're running into a little bit of a wall here with regard to claimants. So we'll see how that ends up going. For now, we're going to head up over this direction. Cool. Our men-at-arms will arrive eventually. Maybe. There they are. Fantastic. So the question then becomes, how long will this war take? It'll be a little bit to walk around out in these forests. That'll be slightly on the slow side, but we're at his capital right here. So in theory, it shouldn't be too bad. We see that there's a siege going on up here. Okay, the Silver Pilgrim just had a succession as well. Okay, we've got Bashir here, skill 19. So we're going to go down to skill 19. Bashir, we will force you, and then we will put in Bashir. Phenomenal. So that'll be fine. And what do we get there? 36%? Okay, that's not a lot. He's definitely sieging up over here. But yeah, we didn't get a lot of war score out of that, which is a little bit on the sad side, but it'll be fine. How old are we right now? We are currently 13. Okay, that's not too bad. Not one day too soon, our rival King Boral has died. Good. That's one of the guys who was imprisoned, and we definitely don't want our rivals to be kept around for too long, because they're much more likely to try to kill us, right? And we don't want that. We definitely don't want that at this time. Keep in mind, this... We've got, what, like 21 years left in this game, I think? So we're definitely getting close to the end of this one. No doubt about that. So let's get this siege done. That puts us at 64%, and then we just head right up over here. We can look to maybe fight them up here. That would be absolutely wonderful to get this war completed. No doubt about that. So up we go. We're a little bit low on our piety right now, but I'm not too concerned about that. Our prestige is going okay. I do want to head up here and stack wipe these guys. They're very confused about where they're going, but this war is over, so that is absolutely great. We are going to enforce these demands and disband our troops. Wonderful. So that's the majority of Scandinavia under our control. Of course, that doesn't really help us with the Empire of Russia, which we need about another 28 counties. Yeah, 28 counties. So that's quite a bit, no doubt about that. Khazaria is not created. We can create that, but we already hold everything under it. So nothing really being gained there. Beyond that, I don't think we can really gain any additional border titles over here. Yeah, sadly, no. Okay. So if we can't attack up over this direction, then that, of course, means we look southward. We look for something like Mordvinia. What do we got going on here? That struggle clash is vaguely interesting, but it doesn't get us everything. So I would instead look for lower hanging fruit here. Shares power with his liege. Okay. Not really anything in Mordvinia. What about Khazaria? This is a duchy tier realm here. So really, we could, in theory... Okay, there's literally just this claimant. Not a lot to do on Khazaria, then. So, Georgia it is. We have this struggle clash, and we have this claim. We would need to go after the Kingdom of Georgia, though. What do we have for claimants here? No? 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 Okay. Wow. We're really striking out up through here. So, let's try these guys. What do we got here? Anything going on over here? We've got a little bit of de jure. We could holy war him. These are awkward kingdoms. The struggle clashes would also be awkward. Okay, so I want to check in here. He does only have the one kingdom title. So a claimant would be a good option here if we could get one. 45 reasons, we can try. 15 reasons, okay, noted. What else do we have here? We might be able to send him an artifact. If he gains enough opinion from it. This would be 35 opinion. Let's send him that. 0? What a jerk. We'll work on swaying him then. Okay. What an absolute jerk. Now, we do have a bunch of small territories down here that we can absolutely go after. So these are like county levels. This is like county level stuff. We can do a struggle clash here. This is a duchy tier realm here. Sees all de jure. That looks good. And then we've got a war here that we could do. That would be a struggle clash. And then here we've got a struggle clash that we could do as well. I'm preferring spending prestige over spending piety at this time. But we'll see how that ends up going. Okay, so this is going to get us borders with Mesopotamia as well as Samara. We don't have a CB on Samara right now. And that will eventually get us access to Turhan as well, which is an Empire tier realm with no kingdom title under it. Fascinating. That's going to be, well, actually, we're going to be able to get a lot of the Persians out of there. That's going to be interesting to break out, though. We're probably going to end up struggle clashing this one. That's going to be tough. Although we could Holy War for Kingdom on one or more of these kingdoms, I would prefer it over in this area. We'll see about doing that, though. For now, we need to raise up forces and get these existing wars dealt with. So we're going to raise up our men-at-arms only here, and we're just going to go in and get rid of these, no problem. We'll just get these cleaned up a little bit. That'll be absolutely fine. Yeah, they're going to run around up here a bit. That's fine. We gain a level of devotion, all good. Cool. So our men-at-arms are going to be raised here in 25 days. Sounds fine. This ransom is not acceptable. This ransom is acceptable. Cool. So we're going to head on in here as soon as we're done raising, which is right about now. And we'll have absolutely no problem taking these out. It'll just be a matter of time to get there, right? So we'll just have to cruise our way on through here, no problem. There we go. We actually captured him there, so we can enforce those demands instantly, and we do not have to siege. We'll just come down and siege here first, I think, and then head on southward. That'll be fine. And what do we got? More vigilant. Actually, yes, we want to be more vigilant here. We want this kid to come of age and get some children. It would be awkward if we died before we came of age again. That's for sure. So they're currently walking towards us. They have slightly more troops than we do, but they hard lose this. I'm not sure why they've decided to fight this. It's a bad call. So that war's over. We're going to enforce those demands, and we're going to head on north at this point. So I want to head up over here. Yeah, we're going to take attrition there. I guess we could siege here. They're definitely doing some sieging up over this direction. They actually have a fair number of forces up here. That's intriguing. 7,000 and 72,000. I'm going to raise up a few extra forces out over here, because we may actually end up needing them. I didn't expect there to have 72,000 troops here, but sure. We'll definitely be fine with this. It's not a problem. So we're at about 72,000, and we're going to head on over and start a slow siege of their capital. So they're sieging some things over here. We're just making our way in. Cool. And this was just to ensure that they don't group up and stack wipe our siege force here. It's probably unlikely that they would, but you never know. So inward we go, and we're just... There's a scheme at court. Who could have ever seen this coming? We're going to head on up over here. And yeah, they're going to finish up some sieges here, but it really doesn't matter. This is completely fine. So we're going to go take over their capital. There we go. And in we go. This may end the war here. Maybe. We'll see. They do have some occupation up over here. Yes, it does end the war. So we'll enforce those demands, and we are going to head on over this direction. Beautiful. So that gets us some amount of territory there, of course. Samara over here is something that we're going to want to attack, as well as Mesopotamia. This is a kingdom tier realm, and it's a little bit of a messy one. We'll see how we want to end up tackling that for now. But we'll just cruise on through here. Cool. So there's that battle done. This war is, of course, over as well. And we'll enforce those demands and disband our troops. So can we grant any of these out de jure? We can actually vassalize this guy. Who is this guy? He must have just acquired independence through inheritance of some way. Okay. Low feudal obligations are fine. That'll be no problem. So there we go. And we can transfer some vassals over to rightful lieges, and we're definitely going to do that. We can also appoint a worthy successor to the noble cavalry. Apparently I've missed that one. So we can... we can't seek a worthy accolade successor there just yet. Okay, that's fine. But this guy, no. We're not going to release him. No. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. And you're fine too. Cool. So that'll all be reasonably okay. We've carved back this area a little bit. We could definitely look at the kingdom titles here. This is basically de jure Mesopotamia. So if we were to get Mesopotamia under our control, that would be great. I don't suppose we have a claim on the kingdom of Mesopotamia. No. Do we have any claimants? Wow. No. Okay, there's just like nothing there. Obviously, this empire tier realm here is going to be a little bit awkward for us to carve into. But I think the Holy War for Kingdom is the way to go. So it would end up being... none of these would be the one that I'd want to go after, I think. Specifically, we'd be wanting to go after this kingdom title, which would be mildly awkward. This is an Empire tier realm as well. So is this one. Noted. Empire tier realms are a bit tougher for us to break into than kingdom tier. No doubt about that. But for now, let's take a quick look up this direction and see if there's... I think it's been not long enough, to be honest. We may have to chill for a bit here. We may have to chill. We could wait until we come of age. That said... this guy died. Our rival King Solomon. Cool. So, that said, this is a duchy tier realm. Why don't we have an ability to attack here? Specifically by taking the duchy. That's intriguing to me. So, because the Duchy of Khazaria here, she is Orthodox, which is definitely a bit of the... Actually, that's the problem. She is Orthodox, and so that's why we can't do that. Let's take a quick look at the religion map here. So, taking a look at this, we've nearly got all of the Orthodox world under our control. All of the Catholic world, other than out over here, is under our control. The Orthodox world is very, very close to being under our control. Noted. We do have these exclaves here. So we've got an exclave here. We've got an exclave here that we could work off of. So we've got, say, Kazan out over here. We can struggle clash Kazan if we really wanted to. And that would start opening up avenues to attack up this direction. We could technically attack Permia as well, but that's a terrible Holy War for Kingdom, and I really don't want to do that. So broadly, we could be looking at, say, this guy out over here. Holy Wars for Kingdom would be awkward here as well. We would probably prefer not to do that. Struggle Clash here would be awkward. There's a lot of impassable territory over here. So I have a feeling we're probably going to have our growth slow down a bit as we get into awkward territory and as we get into Empire tier realms. That said, Holy Wars will become viable as we continue to head east. So that is definitely an interesting thing. Do we have basically all of the Muslim world under our control? No, we're going to be hitting Muslim first, and then we're going to be hitting just, like, the, well, further east stuff. So, a lot of the Muslim world here, and that's fine. We can definitely work on the Muslim world. I would love to get some decent claims and break up these empires. Turhan is going to be an interesting one to break up, though, because, I mean, we can get de jure claims on them if we can get this kingdom under our control, right? That should give us, I think, the Persian Empire, or very, very close to it. We would need 80 total counties. I don't think that gives us 80. Mesopotamia would get us some, for sure. Okay. Yeah, it's going to slow down a bit. I think there's no doubt about that. We're going to have to chill for a moment, I think, and just build up some resources. And hopefully come of age, too. Coming of age would be good. But building up some piety and some prestige, that would all be very, very good. So, yep, this is acceptable. Yep, this is acceptable. This is... I shouldn't have done that one, but it's fine. Yeah, these are acceptable for now. Cool. Not this guy, though. Hang on. Who was that? Yeah, this guy. Get out of here. Actually, that might be a different guy. That's all reasonably fine for the moment. This is okay. Yep. And yeah. Cool. So we're kind of at a pause point here, right? We're going to struggle to break in across this wall without any claimants and without any, like, real ability to get big title gains. That's what we're looking for here, is the big title gains. It's not really worth our time to get even 5 to 10 de jure counties in a war. That is not worth the time investment at this point. So we're looking for... Well, I'd really like to get Burke under our control. We can get a significant chunk of it, but it would be expensive. The question is, how would that do on getting us the Empire title of Russia? And again, we need 28 counties for that. And not all of this is de jure part of that. So that's going to be quite a thing. Quite a thing indeed. I guess we can keep claimant fishing. You never know. Sometimes you get a claimant. And this guy might be willing to come to our court now. Actually, yes, he is. So we're going to bring him on over to our court. What did he have a claim on again? He has a claim on Mercelid. Okay, perfect. That's great. So we're going to demand his conversion. He'll accept that. He'll convert right on over to Catholic. And then we're going to press his claim here. That does buy us a fair amount of territory. I don't think it gets us the Empire of Persia. But it would get us one heck of a struggle clash out over here. No doubt about that. So we're going to declare this war. We are currently 14. So that's understood. There's also this independence faction. And to be honest, this is a real faction. So we'll have to take some action here. For now, I'm just going to spread a little bit of money around. And we'll see what that ends up doing here. I definitely want to send a bunch of money over. This is completely fine. We have so much cash. It's very irrelevant. So we're going to do all of this for now, and we'll just see if anybody leaves from this. Maybe it's enough. But in all honesty, it probably won't be. This guy might leave. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. However, we just want to buy enough time to get this war completed, right? So we're going to raise our men-at-arms up here and some levy troops. Fantastic. We can get these ransoms dealt with. They won't keep popping up while we're at war, so that's okay. For now, these ransoms are all fine, but not this guy. Not this guy either. Not this guy. But you're okay. Cool. So that'll be fine for the moment. This is going to be about 50,000. Sure. What does that ally bring in? About another 10,000. Not a big deal. So this all looks good. We're going to head on up over this direction. There we go. And this siege is going to be very slow until our siege weapons show up, and then it'll be very speedy indeed. So we'll imprison this Duchess. Yeah, it looks like that faction did indeed go away, so that is very, very good. We're very pleased about that. We see his army heading this direction, which is also very pleasing. We're very happy to see that. So we're just going to keep sieging and see where they're planning on going. Okay. We could head down this way and try to chase them a little bit. They might try to siege up here. If they do, that would be fine. We're completely okay with that, in theory. Okay. So this is all looking absolutely fine for right now. They're actually going to head around over this way and, like, attack us up this way. Sure. That's fine, I guess. We could try to catch them here, though, and if we could, that would be amazing. I'd be very, very preferential to destroying their force here. The Sword of God just had a successor. We're having a lot of those lately. Okay, so we would need to seek a worthy successor, and I think we're still lacking one for one of these. I think it was Noble Cavalry? Yeah, okay. Well, we'll see what ends up happening with that. We might have to restore that accolade. This faction is back for the moment. I'm not shocked about that one. That is quite unsurprising, really. This was only a temporary fix. Queen of Egypt is currently leading the faction. Okay, that's noted. This guy would, in theory, leave the faction. And he's how much of it? 6.6? That wouldn't do the trick, though. So for now, we're just going to head on over this direction. We'll deal with this faction after this war, probably 19 months. So that should be reasonably okay. No problem whatsoever there in theory. But let's just get this all dealt with so that we no longer have exclaves up over this way. We'll have contiguous borders at any rate. An accolade successor has been found for the Sword of God, and let's go ahead and put him in there. So that's going to be Cameron, skill 11. Skill 11, Cameron. Cool. So in you go. Excellent. And let's continue to siege our way through here. Where's our capital? Off over here. So we can siege this like line of castles over to the sea here and then just go hit their capital. We can stop like here. Yeah, we're going to take attrition here. I don't care about that. We can stop here and then just cut directly over to their capital, and then we'll see what we need from there. We're at 73% war score right now, so this looks reasonably fine. 3, 2, 1, 0. Excellent. And inward we go. Yeah, they're going to siege this back. I don't really care about that too much. We're going to take their capital here. And the war is over. So we'll enforce these demands and disband our troops. Phenomenal. So that gives us a huge chunk of the Persian Empire. But it's by no means what we need to actually form the empire. We're also getting close to the Ilkhanate. Okay, so that would basically mean Georgia that we need to get under our control there. Sounds good. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we'll see if we can break through some of this wall up over this direction. And in the meantime, we've got a lot opened up out over this way, in theory, that we can start carving into. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.